You've opened the Powers Playbook, your guide to family, wealth, and real estate.
Welcome to the show, another episode of the Powers Playbook. The play we're running today is going to be the top 5 reasons to move to Las Vegas and Henderson. So sit back, we're going to bring you the top 5, and if you're thinking about moving here, this is the show for you. Just for context, Henderson is the far south and southeast part of Las Vegas. Las Vegas Valley is kind of a big circle, so they're sister cities, which is why we're featuring them both. You kind of get the same access with one and the other. Some subtle differences, but they're neighboring cities to each other. So we're going to feature them both in this. All right, to the list. Number 1, weather. So this is a big one for people who probably live in Vegas. They're like, weather. Vegas actually offers some really cool things as far as weather is concerned, especially for people who are moving here from other places, anywhere east of here for sure. So we get 300 or more days of sun every year. And if you're coming from a place that's potentially cold or gloomy, you're going to love the weather here. So that's the main one. Lots and lots of sun. No natural disasters. So just think about that for a minute. If you've ever been on tornado watch or had to shovel your driveway full of snow or been through some, major earthquake or other unfortunate event, Vegas relatively has pretty much no, overall bad weather or natural disasters to speak of. We get no snow. I think in the 20 plus years I've lived here, I've seen snow like 3 times maybe. And even then it's not anything to worry about, even if it does come. Relatively no humidity in Vegas either. So it's a desert, so it's very dry, which some people like and don't, just depending on, how your body reacts to it, but no large amounts of humidity, no stickiness, right? Like walking outside and let's say a place with high humidity, you can feel it right away, right? So we don't have that here, which is nice. It is hot here. It does get hot in the summertime, so you have to think about that. But with the lack of rain, we only get about 4 inches of rain in a year as well, which is kind of crazy if you think about some of the other places. So really mild weather-wise. People that come and retire here always tell me they love the weather, right? They say heat is good for old bones. I've heard many times. So we do have really good weather to speak of, and it's definitely one of the pluses of being here. You do have to adapt in the summer. You got to get used to your air conditioning, right? Being inside or getting out, which we'll actually talk about on a later one of our 5 as well. But you can escape the heat. Pretty close by, we have Mount Charleston, where actually it does snow. Big weather difference there too. You can get out of the heat in just about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on where you're at in the city. So that's a pretty cool one as well. But just overall, weather's a big factor, and I think a big reason why you would consider moving this way. All right. Number 2 on the list, we have no state tax. So this is pretty cool for a multitude of reasons, but the main one being you get to make more money, right? I mean, you don't have to pay state income tax. We of course have federal taxes like every other state, but we're one of the few where you don't have to pay state income tax. So this is big for, certain groups of people. If you are retired and collecting a pension or retirement or some sort of payout, and you have a residency in the state of Nevada versus another state that does collect income tax, you will actually make more money living in Las Vegas or Henderson than you would somewhere with the state income tax. So that's a big one right there. If you are a business owner, no state income tax on your business. So that's a big one as well. I've had people who have been business owners in other states and decided to move here to establish their primary residence in Vegas and have actually been able to pay less taxes for their business over time because of that. So pretty cool one there. And then the other group, if you work remotely. So if you can work remotely, and you can do your business out of anywhere, which obviously is a lot more relevant in the world today than it used to be. And you want to make Vegas your home, you will also benefit from not having any state income tax. So those groups of people are probably the biggest ones: retirement community, business owners, and then remote workforce. Those three huge in that group. Or if one of you, spouse or family member or somebody else, and you can travel and find work with them, big reason that moving here may be more applicable for you and your family. All right, on to number 3. Number 3 is travel. So Vegas is a really cool place to be a hub for if you travel a lot. There is direct flights to just about anywhere from Vegas. You can travel internationally from here to many different places, same way. May have to stop, but a lot of direct there as well. It is also, as far as the western part of the United States, kind of in the middle of a lot of things. So you can get to Northern and Southern California. You can get to Arizona, Utah, Colorado, pretty much anywhere in the western United States, driving pretty easily. My family take the kids to Disneyland every so often. Nice 3 to 4 hour trip in the car, and we're there. You can get to some cool places via car as far as like national parks. Zion in St. George is pretty close by. You have the Grand Canyon that's not too far. Up into Utah for, I already said Zion, but Bryan Head. Another one for skiing, fishing. A lot of really cool outdoor activities for travel. Kind of goes hand in hand with, if you go back to number 1 with the weather, there are lots of different outdoor things you can do here. I wanted to kind of work that into travel because you may have to travel for some of them, but a lot of hiking, biking, outdoor related activities that you can do from Vegas. We have Lake Mead, obviously, relatively close where the Hoover Dam is. So anything you want to do out on the water when it is hot, of course, and you want to get out and enjoy that conservation area. A lot of really cool things that you can go do that are relatively close for you. So travel is definitely a big one, whether you're driving, flying, hiking, whatever it is that you want to do. It is a very easy place to get just about anywhere that you would want to go to. That's number 3. Moving on to number 4. Number 4, we are going with dining and entertainment. So this one is kind of maybe a given. Like, yes, it's Vegas, right? Like, what are all the touristy reasons that people travel here? But we are pretty much a 24-hour town for the most part. It's decreased a little since COVID, but you can do just about anything at any time in Vegas, which is really cool. We have, nightlife and different things as far as restaurants, bars, shows, just all kinds of different things you can do in the city, downtown, or even locally. I remember the first couple times Emily and I traveled outside of Vegas, we'd get to a place late, look for somewhere to eat, look around, and damn, everything is closed. I remember the first couple times we're like, what do they do here? Like, how does this work? And at that point, you're either looking for the local like Denny's or IHOP, like the only thing that's open, 24 hours in that city, if you can find one. So that is the cool part about Vegas and our entertainment landscape, is you really can maneuver around the city at a pretty high level just about any time of day. So that's really cool. I don't know if we're quite, the only thing I was telling Al that the only thing I compare it to is New York City. It's like the only other place I've been where you can kind of do anything at any time, so to speak. We're right just about at that level. Maybe not quite, but we're right about there. As far as entertainment, I wanted to throw into that one just a little bit. Any artists that you want to see, concerts, shows, anything that you can imagine on an international scale that gets enough popularity is probably going to come to Vegas at some point. Any artist or concert you want to see is likely going to make a stop here. we've got a lot of venues and opportunities for that to happen. Sneak peek, some of that might be in number 5 coming up here. But there's a lot of things that will come, that you are able to take advantage of just by being here already, which is really cool. And then you've got your residencies as well. So your artists that, are either really popular in the moment or, used to be in a certain time period will come here. They'll play shows for a month or 2 at a time, sometimes every weekend for 6 weeks, whatever it may be. So a lot of really cool entertainment factors. Almost every place on the Strip, casino, hotel will have some sort of show that's going on at a relative time. The amount of different food, steakhouses, different ethnicities of food, like you name it. If you can think of it or you've eaten it, it's probably here somewhere. We've got a lot of cool different pockets of places. We have our own Chinatown in Vegas right on the west side of the Strip. That's awesome. There's so many different types of food that you can enjoy there. So just dining and entertainment, like all in one bubble. I would stack Vegas up there against just about anywhere I've been for that lifestyle and nightlife and eating just in general. And then we have number 5. And number 5 is going to be sports. This is probably the biggest growing opportunity that our city is acquiring. So if you have been kind of following along, I'm talking more so professional sports as we begin to grow. We started with the Golden Knights professional hockey team. We brought in the Raiders, unfortunately, our NFL team. For those of you that don't know, or if you haven't listened, I'm a Broncos fan, so I'm always going to take a time to hate on the Raiders if I can. Coming in 2028, it's already been announced, we've broken ground for the A's to be our newest Major League Baseball team. So that's in the works. That'll be fun. And then just recently announced that Las Vegas and Seattle are on the short list for an NBA expansion team. So I believe within the next, 5 years, more than likely, we should have every major sport operating in Las Vegas, which is really cool for a few different reasons. The first one I'll go back to, which I was talking about for entertainment, is we have more venues. Right? Like more opportunities to give more entertainment back to the city and all of the people that live and visit here. So you take advantage of that. We already have a major sports stadium, Allegiant Stadium. We already have T-Mobile Arena where the Knights play. All of the other casinos in their arenas, not to mention, we'll have a Major League Baseball stadium, which is going to take the place of where the Tropicana used to be. And then I believe that NBA team is going to come with their own new basketball stadium. So I won't go too much into where that might be or if it will be. But those would just be additional venues for entertainment, which would be a really cool thing. The other interesting thing about sports in our town is it's a reason for people to visit. So you've noticed, if you're already here or if you haven't been or if you visited for a game, sometimes like 40-50% of the fans in the stadium are actually for the opposing team, which is really interesting about our community just in general. I'm sure you've been to other places if you like sports. I love sports. So if you've been, there's certain places you go and you're like, oh man, I don't know if I want to wear the opposing jersey, right? Like, I don't know if I wear the colors of the away team, like, am I going to get into trouble? Are there going to be disputes that happen here? And one cool thing I will say about going to sporting events so far in Vegas is it's a mixed bag. It's a lot like our city, honestly. It's everybody from all different places kind of coming together. And I've been to, I try to go see the Broncos every time they play the Raiders. Always wear my Broncos stuff. I have to admit, I don't think I would have done that in Oakland. So if you've been, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But Vegas is very much a really just hub mix of culture and fandom and very accepting of that. And I think that's really cool for anybody that's coming. And the reason I mention that is because if you're moving here from somewhere else, I don't expect you just to, get rid of your loyalty and allegiance to the teams that you followed. I know I have not. And so that'll give you an opportunity, maybe once, twice, depending on the sport, a year to be able to go down and watch your favorite team play, even if they aren't necessarily here in Vegas. And I say that because Vegas is such a mix of people from everywhere, right? Like we very much are a mixed culture and community, and I think that's kind of what makes it really cool and interesting about our city. So sports are definitely coming; they're growing, and it's just a really cool, way to come and experience something in Vegas. Also wanted to mention this, as I didn't touch on it in number 3, but I will here too, because it will be a reason that some of the people will actually come to you. Meaning that if you live here, all of a sudden you'll notice that your friends and your family and the people that know you will likely come to Vegas more often than they will in some other area of the state that you, or the country that you may have lived in. Meaning like every so often, people usually find a reason to come to Vegas, right? And so if you live here, you'll get to see them more often. I've just known this because I've lived it over time. But they'll come to you, right? They may come to enjoy their friends, milestone birthday or bachelor party or retirement celebration or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden they're here in town. You get to, meet them, break bread, have a meal, get to see them again. I know I've definitely continued some friendships and seen people more often just because I'm here locally than if I would be in, some other rural part of America or town that nobody visits. I don't want to put anybody on blast, so I won't say any other states, but you know what I mean. Just being here, people visit naturally, and in turn, they can come and see and visit with you too. And I think the reason I put that here is because sports is one of those things. There is a lot of people who will want to say like, oh, hey, I want to see the Broncos play this year. Let's go to an away game, right? Let's go to a game together away. Well, what better place to choose than come to Vegas? And I think a lot of people do that. I think they come to see their team. If we're on the schedule in Vegas as an away destination, they'll come here for that. And I think we've seen that if you have been to live events in sports here and watched it happen. So I think that's just another key piece where people may visit. You can go to the game with them, enjoy time together, and then continue those friendships. Your family will visit more too, actually, is what I've seen over the years, just because there's a reason for them to come. And guess what? You're here too. So that wraps our top 5 reasons to move to Vegas and Henderson. Hope you found some value in it. If you have additional questions or you agree or disagree, I'd love for you to comment and tell me what a reason you think people should move here, or maybe what's a reason that you wouldn't want to. That would be interesting. Start some debate on the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that you get everything that we're doing from here on out. And if you have any questions about local real estate in Henderson or Las Vegas, simply reach out to us. You can email info@powersre.com, and we will catch you on the next episode.